Howdy all Mullidox Lives. I think it's time to play a little 7 Days to Die. Coyote. Coyote. What was I doing? Damn. Oh, I dropped my bed down. Right. So I could explore this place. That's what I was doing. Oh, man, it's been a week, and I still got this dang cold. Technically, I think it's been a week and a half now. Almost 2 weeks. I'm recording oddly middle of the day, middle of the week. The work servers are down, and I thought maybe I could talk long enough to record a video. I know this weekend I was home alone, and I thought this would be perfect. I could get so much done, and I basically had sore throat, laryngitis, coughing. I'm like, great. Wasting my weekend, just like work is wasting my afternoon right now. I say work servers are down? Yeah, I think I said that. I got up today and they're like, oh, the servers are down. We'll get them back up as soon as possible. We know this is supposed to be a busy week. Yeah, well, here I am. 3 hours later, still waiting. Get out here. Dead. Okay. No bookshelves. No bookshelves. I guess I could have looked for parts. I thought that was bees coming for me. Oh man, bees. There used to be giant mutant bees in this game. I forgot about them until it said bees. Crazy. Poor bees, they didn't make the cut. That was ages ago. Ugh, my guy is so slow because I'm carrying so much stuff. Got a minivan there, though. Got a minivan. Yeah? What are you doing up on the roof, boy? Yeah, my sister and her family took off for Thanksgiving, so I was home with just me and the dog from Wednesday through Sunday night, which was all right. I mean, you know, I had don't need these at all. What am I wearing now? Oh, I was wearing biker gloves that got 20% extra melee damage, right? Yeah, I probably don't need these then. Scrap them. What about these guys? Way less armor. Okay. There we go. I move a little better. I need to mark my map though. Okay. And then somewhere on this map. Uh-oh. Yeah, there. Yeah. Those are my two spots that I currently have minivans full of stuff. Oh, you know what, though? I shouldn't put my mechanical parts in here. I'm gonna need those. Take that with me. Yeah, I was trying to think what I did over the weekend there. I was just so sick. Oh, you know what I did? I sat down and I had a huge marathon playthrough of Homeworld Cataclysm. I love that game. I still love that game. It's still so good. It's one of these days. It's a real-time strategy, set in space, and it's got like this storyline. So each mission is got cutscenes and stuff. I mean, I guess most RTSs, that have a single-player campaign have some kind of storyline. But it's I really loved the first game, Homeworld. Oh. And Cataclysm is not Homeworld 2. Cataclysm is a game that came out after Homeworld, but wasn't declared the sequel. Which is weird, but whatever. And it just got this awesome storyline. Spoilers. I've talked about it before, but Homeworld 1 is this might be a good spot. It's also like super dangerous, it says. That's fun. I guess I thought this was like a junkyard, not somebody's house. Really, guys? Think my spear will last long enough to take this guy out. Okay. So in the first game, basically you come from a planet that's like all desert and barely hospitable on the poles, and just constantly fighting over supplies. And someone discovers a crashed spacecraft in the desert part of the planet, deep uninhabited area, and so they find a stellar map and carved on stone, and the map has a single word marking a system, and the word is the Gara, which in every tribal language means home. And so the tribes eventually band together and use the limited resources of the planet to figure out the technology, build a spaceship. And so when the game starts, you are... Oh, crap. You are... you are testing the ship, and so you're doing the first hyperdrive test, and so you've already sent out... Oh, well, this is bad. Thanks for switching to my gun like I asked you to. Not sure why it swapped back to my shovel. I didn't wheel up, so I don't know what happened there, but whatever. Now we have to run back over there. So anyways, so you go out there and to where your ships are at the edge of your solar system, and when you hyperspace out, there are ships waiting, and they've destroyed the ships have been sent. And it turns out that unbeknownst to your entire peoples, your ancestors who crashed on the planet were exiled after having been evicted from their home planet. And the group that did it were going to wipe out your entire race, your entire nation, your entire... I don't know what you call it. You know, I think they're all human. They're different groups of humans, so I don't know. I don't know what you call it. Anyways, but the Interstellar Council voted that they couldn't just execute you all, so they exiled your ancestors. All right, where's the... gun? Wow, this guy's tough. He's not even responding to my bullets. I'm gonna have to do this a little smarter, I guess. I've got on top of something. I have plenty of bullets, so we got another 150, 164 bullets left. Anyways, so as you play through Homeworld 1, you're basically trying to figure out what happened, why those people attacked you, fighting your way back through bunch of solar system, or yeah, a bunch of different star systems, trying to make your way back, and learning new technologies to upgrade your fleet, and building a bigger fleet as you go, and so eventually you take back the planet, right? That's the final mission. And then Homeworld Cataclysm takes place after that, and so the different tribes all decided to make their own ships, and so when the game starts, you are a mining vessel for one of the smaller groups. They call them Kith. And so through the whole game, all the way up to the final mission, your captain calls your group Kith Somta Mining Vessel Kunlan. And so what happened was, some of the I think it's the Taidani. I just played the game and I got confused. Honestly, I think the Taidani are the bad guys, and well, the people who were gonna execute you and then got. Make sure we don't. Oh no! What does it take to repair this? Short iron pipe and scrap iron. Ugh. Here, let's come over here. I thought a repair kit would fix it. Anyways, so the they attack the mining vessel that you control, the mining fleet that you control. Has like anti-pirate fighters. That's it. That's your only real attack ship in the beginning of the game, and then it plays similar to the first one. You got your mothership, except in this one your mothership physically upgrades as the story progresses, and dang it, man, he's gonna kill me again. That's okay, maybe I can get some iron and pipe. Dude, this yellow-eyed biker guy. Oof. Listen, all I've got is stone tools, okay? The game won't let me get anything better, alright? Don't blame me. Blame the game. Pipes and iron, okay. And so, what happens is they have you do some little stuff, like the sensor net is being attacked, so you know, fly out to shoot the fighters that are destroying the sensor net, and anyways, just little stuff like that to start, and then one of the ships got damaged and flew out of the battle, and so you're chasing it down to see what happened to it, and you find it and you protect it and you repair it so that it can go back. But you pick up a second distress signal and you find this beacon, and the beacon is like, I forget how old they said, like millions of years old. And so when you bring it on board, you guys are like, we should give it to somebody, and your commanders are like, no, this could be really beneficial to the group. And you're like, yeah, but we're a mining vessel. We don't know how to research this stuff. And they're like, no, you're gonna hook up with this science vessel, and then you're gonna build you're gonna jettison your auxiliary storage tank. And yeah, there you go, buddy. And build a laboratory, and then you're gonna go out to this science group and get their people and bring them back and study it. And so, of course, it's infected with a cyber virus that hacks into the computer systems. Jeez, oh Pete, that guy took so many bullets. He's also worth 3 times as much as a normal zombie. And so every step of the way, your guys are like, we don't want to do it, and every step of the way, they're like, you're gonna do it. And so when they bring it all on board, it turns out that the virus is hostile, and it oh, nice. I was improving my spear skill. I like that. Well, we got, I think that's my second set of wire tool. Sure glad I'm getting wire tool instead of a wrench. All that wiring I've been doing. This can't be good, right? I was looking loosely for the way out. I knew this was going to be terrible. I was looking for like a key to open the outside door or something. I didn't see it. I told you this place is going to be terrible. It's so dangerous. And I am equipped with a stone spear. So then what it does is it infects part of your ship. You have to jettison part of your ship. So then you basically pared your ship down to the core centerpiece, because you jettisoned the auxiliary storage in the first place, and then you had to jettison the I want to say they're the main power drives, rocket things, and the hangar section, and all that stuff, and the laboratory. And so then you have to rebuild from that. And but what happens is the virus infects ships, and then once it's infected a ship and it gets inside the ship, it then consumes the organic materials inside to make neural nets, and so you're fighting against this virus thing that wipes out both the people inside the ship and the ship itself, and converts them to its own, including your ships, if they get infected enough. And so it's pretty crazy. It can be pretty tough fights. I only failed, I think 3 missions. I had to do each of the 3 missions over once. One of them was because, well, 2 of them actually were escort missions. Obviously, escort missions when you don't know what's about to happen suck. Because they're not just escort missions, right? They're like, this ship is heavily damaged. You need to protect it as it works its way through enemy territory. It's going to go through the nebula. You need to send a recon scout out to check these areas to make sure it's safe. And so as soon as you send a recon scout out, then, okay, what's right here? I was blind. I totally didn't see that key ring on the wall there. So as soon as you send the scout out, of course, that ship starts to move forward, right? And it doesn't stop moving forward. You know, it doesn't stop when it comes across the minefield or the incoming scouts that, if they detect it, will alert the nearby base, so that it starts sending out ships to fight, or you know, all that kind of stuff. And so I failed it the first time, and the second time I'm like, all right, well, I'm not sending out a recon, that's for sure. Recon can stay at home while I get everything prepared. And so yeah, I remember that one. I was like, ugh, because it's it's like first that happens, and then once you get to the end of the nebula, obviously, the end of the nebula is going to be full of something to stop you, and so there's like a big ship that's bigger than anything that you've come across before, waiting at the nebula, and you have to research and build this new type of ship that you pretty much only use twice the whole game. I mean, you could use it more, but you're limited on how many ships you can have. And great. Probably didn't need a gun on that. So I can't be wasting all my supply units on lead ships when I need actual like ships with guns, right? That's the little ship that you use. It's called a lead ship. It flies out and secretly damages the ship, so it doesn't know you're there, but it can only be used on certain ships. And so, it's only useful in very specific circumstances. And there's only twice in the whole game where you have to use it. Oh, that was that guy. I was like, ooh, everything just turned green. Come on, gun. Gun. I'm struggling to use this gun today. A yellow-eyed cop. Oof. First a yellow-eyed biker, and now a yellow-eyed cop. Listen, guys, I just... Oh, yeah, they're down here. But yeah, you do it in that one where you have to destroy the ship before you get to it with the lead ships. And then at the very end of the game, the last mission, there's another thing you have to use lead ships on. Basically as you go through the thing, you're trying to find technologies that will let you fight against the beast, as they call the virus. And the Tydani side with the beast, and so it has promised them that if they help it, that it will split the galaxy with them. And so that's crazy. And then so you gotta fight them guys too. And there's like an ancient ship where the virus originated from, maybe. And so you go out and try and stop them from taking that, and of course they get it activated. And then the final mission is it takes over a huge Death Star kind of a thing. And so okay. That's weird. Why am did my screen flash bloody like I'd taken damage? Thought I was bleeding out there for a second. I don't know what happened. But anyways, it's got a big repulsor field thing, and you can't send any ships to attack it except leech ships, and so you gotta send the leech ships in to attack them. But yeah, that's the only 2 times I can think of where I had to use leech ships. This has got a lot of stuff in it. Took me a million tries to get through, but it's got a lot of stuff in it. Well, it's got a lot of things to loot in it. I don't know if there's a lot of stuff in here. But yeah, it's got, like I said, one of my favorite things is at the beginning of the game and all the way up until the last mission, your guy keeps calling him the Kithsamta mining vessel Kunlan. And then in the last mission when you show up, he calls it this Kithsamta warship Kunlan, because of how many upgrades and everything that's happened along the way. And then one of my other favorite parts in the game is there's a group called the Bentuzi, and they are melded with their spaceships, so their spaceships are their bodies. And so the first time you come across one in the game, they're in the first game. So the first time you come across them in the second game, they're being attacked by beast vessels, and you're like, Bentuzi vessel, you know, this is not a normal pirate fleet. And so then it talks about how it can feel the virus trying to override its mind. And then it says, we will not be bound. And then it blows itself up. Which, of course, if you're close enough to help it, destroys all your ships, all the beast ships. And then you got to quickly try to recuperate from that in the same mission while fighting off the remnants of the beast fleet. And then way later in the game, you've picked up this big gun to attach to your ship, but you don't know how to get it to work exactly right. And so it you need better heat superconductors or something like that. And the technology seems to be based off of Bentuzi technology. So you're trying to hunt down some Bentuzi, and you come across some Bentuzi, and they've opened up a gateway to another galaxy, and all the Bentuzi are fleeing, so you have to destroy the gateway to stop them from fleeing. And then there's like a back and forth between your captain and their captain while you're fighting their ships about how dare they pretend to be benevolent, superior life forms, and then flee and leave everybody to die when all we need is a little bit of information to get our gun to work. And so they finally do grant you the information. And then in the very final mission, as you're I think once you destroy the once you destroy the space station, then the Bentuzi show up, and they're like, we can't stay long, we can already feel the virus trying to override our mind, but here's some technology we've decided to offer. And so they give you access to upgraded fighters, which is okay, I guess. I think I'd have liked okay. I think I'd like to upgraded bigger ships better, but whatever. And so, although, to be fair, there's a method to defeating the final boss, and I'm pretty sure there's a sit-up too, that's in the level where you're supposed to lure the beast into this particular location, and then blow up these crystals that are all around it. But I harvested the crystals because they're worth a lot of resource units, and they were not available for me to blow up around the beast. But They tell you in the game that man, no mechanical parts. I thought a place called Gearz would have some mechanical parts, and I didn't find any mechanical parts. It's messed up, game. Oh, look, I can upgrade my spear quality to 6. Um, yeah, it was pretty funny because the method in the game that they tell you is the beast ship, I think it's called the Nagarok, uh, has these frictionless drives, and so we can't catch it. It's too fast. But what it does is it zooms from place to place and then attacks. And so you're supposed to make these I don't know what you call them. They're smaller. They're smaller than a Corvette, but they're bigger than a fighter. So whatever size of ship you'd call that. It's two fighters merged together is what it is. It's called an ACV. That's nice. And so okay, I'm gonna go back out to the road here, I think. So the ACVs have EMP blast that they can do that's supposed to be really good against the beast technology. I never used it really. A lot of the ships you have to activate their special abilities manually. And so I was too busy doing stuff to bother with activating EMP charges every once in a while. And so it just didn't happen. But you're supposed to use the EMP blast to stop the frictionless drives momentarily. And so instead I had accidentally I failed one of my missions. Okay, so I failed 3 missions. Two of them were escort missions. And one of them was because I fired my siege cannon, which is the big gun, and it hit one of my own ships next to my main ship. And when that went off, it destroyed all my ships and destroyed all the pieces on my mothership, leaving my mothership with like no health. And so I knew my mothership could survive one up close blast from the siege cannon. The siege cannon takes forever to charge up too once you tell it to fire. And so what happens is the Ragnarok or the Nagarok, whatever it's called, it comes up and it eats your larger ships. And so I can't make any bigger ships like my destroyers or my dreadnoughts or carriers, anything like that, because it comes and it eats them. And like it flies over and then it latches on, and then you can see the ship being consumed by like a plasma ray or something. And and so what I did was I made a carrier, and then it flew over and it started eating the carrier, and then I fired the siege cannon directly at it, and it took off, but it didn't get far enough from the explosion, and so the explosion hit it, but then it also blew up like all my ship. I mean, I was down to no vessels left at that point anyways, just a lot of resource units. Because you had to fight off like 5 or 8 different Tydani fleets to get to that point. And so it's the final mission is a huge battle. And so what I did was I had like 6 of the advanced fighters that the Bentuzi had given me the schematics for, and I sent them after the beast, and they got there to his new position after I'd hit it with the siege cannon, and they shot it like one time and it died. Like 5 little fighters took it out, which I thought was hilarious. But yeah, that's what I did over the weekend. I really, really enjoyed playing through that game again. I love that game. I need to play. I need to play. So here's the thing: is the third one is out, and I haven't played it because I didn't finish the second one because. Did you see it? I got a wrench. That's not a wrench. I got a wrench. I can get mechanical parts. Look at them. It's mechanical parts. I finally got a wrench. Oh, man. I mean, look at that. I needed like 8 mechanical parts. I had one on me. I got enough mechanical parts of one car. Oh, man. Alright. Well, now I gotta go and take all this back home so that I can build a workbench so I can see what I gotta have to build a bicycle. So that I can then go and collect all my stuff. And, nope. Crazy. Finally got a wrench. Awesome. Yeah. I should have probably been playing Stalker 2, but I read that, it's a little... Stalker 2's been pretty fun so far, what I played of it, but it's been a little, well, I should have turned on my graphics. It gets a little laggy in spots. Screen laggy, you know. And, I read that they were, working on a patch to fix it, and I see there was a big patch today. So probably... Well, depends on the old, work server. Let's see when I get done with this what the work server is doing. Hopefully it's back up so I can get back to work. Otherwise I'm going to work them on Saturday at this point. I don't want to do that. I don't work on Saturday. But alright, with that, you run the small things leading to the light. I will talk to you later.